Good day, class. Today we want to talk of trigonometry, precisely on sine and cosine rule. Sine rule states that the sine of any given triangle is proportional to the sine of its opposite angle. So this is a formula mathematically. A, which is the side, all the small letters represent the sides, the capital letter represents the angle. So side A from this triangle divided by sine of the angle is equal to side B to the sine of B equal to C to the sine of C. Note, if you want to solve, we don't solve with the 3. Either you are solving with 2, either A and B, or B and C, or C and A. So you don't solve with the 3 equation. There are some conditions to know if you can use sine rule. The first condition is the triangle must not be a right angle triangle. If you have 2 angles and one side given, sine rule can be applied. If you have 2 sides and one angle corresponding to one of the sides given, sine rule can be applied. Cosine rule. Cosine rule mathematically is written this way. One of the sides, square of the one side is equal to the sum of the square of the 2 other sides minus 2 times the 2 other sides times the cosine of the angle opposite to the side you are looking for. And we have 3 conditions also to solving with cosine rule. Right angle must not be involved. 2 sides and an included angle. If you have a triangle that has 2 sides and included, and that's the angle between the 2 sides is given, you can use cosine rule. And when 3 sides are given in a triangle, you can use cosine rule. We have some examples on the board. Example 1. We have this triangle, 2 sides is given, and the angle. One angle is given that is known corresponding to one side given. So you are applying sine rule, because sine rule says if 2 sides are given and one corresponding angle to one of the given side, you can apply sine rule. So to solving question 1, we apply sine rule. Applying sine rule. Angle x is opposite to 4, so we can use that. Sine x, 4, which is the side facing sine x, x is unknown, is equal to this other 2, 6 cm facing the angle sine 66 degree. Note, we can also use sine x over 4 and sine 66 over 6 cm. You will still arrive at the same answer. So either of these 2, you can work with them. So let's work with these following the formula I have quoted. So what is sine x? Cross multiply. When you cross multiply, we have 4 cm times sine 66 by multiplication. Then I have 6 cm times sine x. Cm times sine 66 is sine 66, then divided by 6 cm, that is making sine x the subject of the formula. From your calculator, 4 cm times sine 66 divided by 6 will give us 0.6090 is equal to sine x. Therefore, x is sine inverse of 0.6090, which is 37.5 degrees. So x in the diagram is 37.5 degrees. So we'll look for y. So to find y from the diagram, to find y, we apply sum of angle of sum of angles in a triangle. So I have the first angle there is 66 degrees, second angle is y, third angle is x. It is equal to 180 degrees. 66 degrees plus y, we don't know. X is 37.5 degrees from our solution, 180 degrees. Therefore, y is equal to 180 degrees, collection of like terms. 66 positive moves over, becomes negative. 37.5 positive will become negative 37.5 degrees. Therefore, y is equal to 76.5 degrees. So x is equal to 37.5, y is equal to 76.5. When you add 37.5 to 76.5 to 66, you have 180. So that brings us to the end of solution 1. The diagram for question 2, observe you have 3 sides given. So you can find the angle. When 3 sides are given, you apply cosine rule. That is the condition number 3 to applying cosine rule. So solution 2, we are applying cosine rule. Cosine rule states that A, which is the angle we are looking for, is opposite to 12. I have A squared plus A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2 times B times C cos A. A squared from the diagram is opposite the capital letter A. So I have 12 squared. I have A is equal to 12 cm. Small b is opposite to capital B, which is 9 cm. And small c is opposite to capital C, which is 8 cm. So I have 12 squared is equal to 9 squared plus 8 squared minus 2 times 9 times 8 cosine theta. Remember, theta is not given. Theta is not given. Cosine theta. So to find cosine theta, what do? You collect like terms. The terms without the cosine will bring it to this side of the equation. I have 12 squared plus 9 squared crosses over, becomes minus 9 squared. Plus 8 squared crosses over, becomes minus 8 squared. So we'll leave this term with cosine at this part of the equation. 12 squared is 144, 9 squared is 81, 8 squared is 64. 2 times 9 times 8 is 144. Remember, you have a negative sign. Then cosine of theta, which is not known, we'll leave it that way, cosine theta. 144 minus 81 minus 61 is equal to minus 1. So I have equal to minus 144 cosine theta. What do? Divide both sides by minus 144. Divide both sides by minus 144, the coefficient of cosine theta. So I have minus 1 divided by minus 144 is equal to minus 144 divided by minus 144 cosine theta. You observe that minus 144 will remove minus 144. Minus divided by minus is plus. So we are left here with 1 over 144 equal to minus 144 divided by minus 144. We are left with cosine theta. Therefore, theta is equal to cos inverse, that is shift to cos, of 144, 1 over 144 is equal to 89.6 degrees. degree from our calculator. So theta in example 2 is 89.6 degrees. So with this, we have come to the end of the application of sine and cosine rule to solving triangles. See you in our next class.